How many people here eat food? Huh? Not everyone. I don't see all the hands raised. Everyone eats food. Oh my. Everyone eats food. My goodness. Amazing, isn't it? What will you do without food? Yeah? So why do we eat food? Why do we eat food? Anyone? Why? Huh? Nourish ourselves. Nourish what? Ourselves means what? Nourish what? Huh? Get energy to live. Nourish the body. Okay. So, do you think food nourishes what? The body, meaning the flesh, the bones, the organs and all that? Huh? The body nourishes your emotions. What you eat nurtures and nourishes your emotions. See, body is just the carrier. Body is just the carrier of the essence of the food, which makes you behave and act and think and feel the way you do. You heard the expression, as you eat, so you are, as you think, so you are, all those kind of thoughts, right? Words, right? But here's the thing. So I will tell you how important food is. I'll tell you a story. Like stories, yeah? Okay. So, there was a saint one day. He was walking around in the forest, meditating, praying and all that. It got very late at night. It was dark. He was hungry. He needed a place to sleep. Couldn't find a place. Prayed. He's walking, and suddenly, in the distance, he sees a light. He goes over there. And he sees a small little dwelling. Knocks at the door, and a man opens the door. So the sage says, Sir, I am hungry. Can I stay the night? Yes, come in, the man says. Sage goes in. Man is very nice. He gives him some food to eat, gives him a place to sleep. And he eats and he goes to sleep. Now, the next morning, we were used to getting up early. The owner of the house is sleeping, so the sage gets up, he says his prayers, and as he's leaving, he goes to the kitchen to wash his hands, and he sees some utensils, and he sees a knife. So he gets this thought in his head. He says, oh, sometimes I get fruit and all, I don't have a knife to cut my fruit. So he says, I'll take this knife. He steals the knife. The sage, he steals the knife and he leaves. Okay. Now he's walking for about an hour or so. So after some time he needs to empty himself. Okay. So he goes and he empties himself. Once he empties himself, suddenly he says, oh my God, what did I do? I stole something. How can I do something like that? It's impossible. How could I even dream of doing it? Yeah? So, oh my gosh. So he says, he walks back and he goes back to that hut, to that dwelling. But he's a sage, he's very wise also. So he knocks on the door and the man opens the door and he says, oh, I forgot to ask you, what do you do for a living? Man doesn't care. He says, oh, I'm a thief. Hello. He says, I'm a thief. So the sage says, I'm so sorry, I took your knife by mistake, I came back to return it. Now you see the moral of the story. He ate the food cooked by the hands of a thief. So the qualities of the person who cooked the food, the essence, his qualities, his essence went in the food. And so his thoughts became like that. And he stole the knife. And when he came back to himself, when the food was out, he came back and returned the knife, you see. So, the thing here is, first of all, when we eat any food anywhere, we must say a small prayer to purify any energies or anything. See? And a small prayer I'll share with you is Annam Brahma Raso Vishnu Bhukto Devo Maheshwaraha. Means the food is God, the liquid in it is God, And the eater and digester also is God. So it all goes on God. You see, so the food gets purified. That's one thing. Okay. The other thing in this is that when you are cooking food, please be very, very, very alert and careful. If you are upset or angry or sad or depressed, if you're sad or angry or depressed, don't cook. If you're angry, don't cook. Better not to eat that day or eat something else, because whatever you're feeling, you're putting it in that food. And if you're feeding your family and children, you're giving them poison. You're giving them that same emotion, you see. So be very careful when you're cooking food. And be very careful whose hand food you eat, you see. But if sometimes it's okay, you can eat anywhere, anything, but just say the prayer to purify it, you see. If you say the prayer to purify it, then you're okay. But be very careful of what you eat and where you eat, the cleanliness. Because remember, whatever food you eat, whatever thoughts have gone into it, whatever feelings have gone into it, that's what you're taking in. Another example, if 5 people have the same ingredients, they're cooking the same dish, won't all the dishes taste different? Why are they tasting different? Anyone? Because thoughts, their hands, their essence, their feelings, who they are, that's what's going in the food. You see? That is why you can have the same ingredients, exactly the same dish. Each dish will taste different. Remember that. So be very careful, be very loving. Take God's name when you're cooking. If you're not taking that, say a happy song, sing a happy song. Put joy in the food, put health in the food, put love in the food. Yeah? You remember all this?